Welcome to the shed. Here we go with our fourth video, continuing from our eighth notes along the grid. This is eighth note combinations. Tempo, same place. Right hand and left foot are the same as they were. We're going to kind of combine different eighth note possibilities now. Here is a 1, 2, there's our time. We're going to do the and of 1 and the and of 2 now. A 1 and 2, here we go. A 1 and. A 1 and. If you're comfortable singing it first, that's fine. A 1 and. Eventually add in your left hand. A 1 and. 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 Good. We're going to do the and of 2 and the and of 3 now, moving it right along the grid. We can sing it first. Ready, go. A 1, 2, and. A 1, 2, and. Add in your hand whenever you're ready. A 1, 2, and. A 1, 2, and. A 1, 2, and. A 1, 2, and. Good. And. A 1, 2, and. A 1, 2, and. A 1, 2, and. Awesome. We're going to move it along to the and of 3 and the and of 4. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, and a 3 and 4. A 2, a 3, and. A 3, and. 1, 2, a 3, and. 1, 2, a 3, and. The more you can count out loud, the better for your time. And. 1, 2, a 3, and. A 3, and. Good. And. All right, now we're going to get a bit feisty here. We're going to do the and of 1 and the and of 3. A 1, 2, here we go. A 1 and 3. A 1 and. A 3 and. A 1 and. A 3 and. A 1 and. 3 and. 1 and. 3 and. This one's also close to your left foot, so be careful. Take some time with this one. And. A 1 and. A 3 and 4. A 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And. Great. You can go back and rewind that if that one was tricky for you. Here's the and of 2 and the and of 4. 2. A 1, a 2, you can count it first. A 1, a 2, and 4, and 2, and 4, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, a 4, and 1, a 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, a 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and good. And a 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and awesome. We're going to do beats and of 1, and of 2, and of 3. Here we go, first 3 beats. A 1 and. A 1 and. A 1 and. A 1 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. A 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. A 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. A 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. It's hard not to lose your breath. And. A 1 and. Great. Now we're going to move that over. We're going to do ands of 2, ands of 3, and of 4. 1, 2. Here we go. A last 3 beats. So 1, 2, and. A 2, 1, and. A 2, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and. Awesome. Now we're going to do all 4 beats. This will be the last one for now. 2 ands of all the beats. Go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. This one right here is what I call the doodle-la exercise. I want you to try saying a doodle-la, 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 doodle-la. Might take you a while to get there singing it while playing it, but this is what I talk to a lot of my students about, how to swing that and how to get those triplets working. Say doodle-la, 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 doodle-la. If you need to take your left foot out, you could do that. Ah doodle la 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and add in the foot 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. Great. Thanks everybody. That has been eighth note combinations around the grid.